Welcome back, guys. Whoa, New Year's. Oh, wait, I've got these. Why can't you fucking hear them?
That worked.
What the fuck is this? They're not making fucking noises. I bought these especially.
Your dog shit. Your dog shit.
I got like 12 of them too, cunt.
I was about to say, give it here.
Give it here. We're not even in the same room, cunt.
We're barely in we're not even in the same council.
No, we're not. We're in different councils.
We're just in different
Only
councils.
It's the 2021 New Year's Eve, Ennui New Year's, what do we call it? Ennui New Year's.
I've been drinking since Christmas, everybody.
That's crazy, isn't it? Ennui New Year's Extravaganza. There we go. Woo! That's it. That's the only New Year's.
Just run out of alcohol.
Did you? You're not leaving.
Sorry, that might have been loud.
What was that? Is that banging the...
It was my decanter hitting the desk. The OG, there's a bit of a history. The OG Ennui desk.
It is, isn't it?
Desk.
It's the black glass and like the grey legs and shit.
Yeah, and it is a fucking piece of shit.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I wish people could see my office. Like, there's one corner of my office that's clean, and then everything else is just camping gear and tools.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, yeah. Like there's a wall behind my computer, and there's two swags, an old bar fridge, two car fridges.
Fuck me.
A barbecue, and
Holy
a heap of old camera gear.
Mine's not very organized either right now. Like I remember like I put all this stuff in these cupboards, like their wardrobe. It's like fucking 3 doors. And I was like, yep, I've got everything ready. I'll organize. You do. You help me move it. I was like, yeah.
You were like, oi, can you help me move back to Mudgee? And I was like, oh, yeah, I guess.
Best decision I've made, professionally. Even for like Ennui as well. Like I think it's good to like have my space and go. Okay.
What about sexually?
I have had no sexual relations with any women since I've come here.
Are you serious?
No, I'm not. We came in the middle of COVID. I couldn't go out and meet people. I went out once.
When was the last time you had sex?
February of this year. Are we really doing this on my fucking podcast? God. I was with a nice woman who ended up still being in love with her ex-boyfriend. That's fine. You do you, boo. And then, you know... And then, are we really doing this on my fucking New Year's Eve?
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean... I genuinely thought you would have said, like, July.
Oh, I've talked to women and I've, like, you know...
Oh,
been,
right, okay.
Like, I feel like I
was sort
talked,
of like, fuck, dude.
No. But, like, at the same time, it's like, you know, I've talked to women, like, you know, vibed with some women. I've gone out to some coffee with some girls as well and stuff like that. Like, I haven't, like, actually... And also, I came back in the middle of fucking COVID. Literally, like, I went out once.
You came?
No,
dude, that doesn't count.
I came. No, she was there and I came, so it counts as sex. No, like I went out once with shout out Blake Dwyer. Hope you're listening, bro. He's not. No, I'll tell him I shouted him out. No, and then we went out once, and it was like 2 days later, everything got like locked up. Just like my dad 3 years ago, everything got locked up.
Oh fuck!
I love my father.
I've never tried. Like, I've tried so hard not to make jokes about that because I'm like, I don't know where he stands on it. So I'm like, I'm not going to joke about it.
My dad has had a very interesting life. We actually talked about it like quite a few times.
Your dad's a fucking champion.
He is. We both have like really good dads, like who have done like fucked up things.
I remember your dad, and this is crazy. Like, I know we've talked about this before, but you and my older brother used to be friends.
Yeah.
And like, I remember like, as a kid, like your dad was your football coach and like, all that, and I'm like, damn, Matt's dad's like pretty fucking cool.
He is. He's
a footy coach. That's pretty cool. I used to think that you're a piece of shit and like a bit of a gay lord, but now we're friends, and I still think your dad's pretty fucking cool.
He is,
and he's so nice. Your dad's like one of the nicest guys I've ever met.
He. It's interesting. Like even like when he came out of, I don't know if he wants to mention this, but I'm gonna fucking do it. No, he came out of jail. Like he was like the most humble person. It was like, you know, this is where I am. And he took it like he was able to like reflect on his life a bit as well, which is like really good. Brilliant man. He's always been the best dad, no matter like not that I was an accident, but like we came back to they came back to Scone, and it was like, oh, they found out they were pregnant with me, and I remember the day I was born, it was a rainbow, and they're like, oh, this is gonna be a beautiful child. Gay. No, that's not what it was. No, they had
He's
me.
autistic.
This is the story. There's the rainbow, and they were driving to the hospital to have me. And then I came out, and they're like, "Oh, you know what? It's a beautiful day. We saw the rainbow. It's gonna be a beautiful child." And out came this slimy, greasy little fucking gremlin. And because this is what it sounds. So you normally, this is the sound of a baby.
Like that's the normal sound of babies being made.
No, being made. No. I mean, like being born. They're going,
It sounds like you're coming.
Anyway, no, that's not annoying. But okay, this is the sound when I came out. This is the sound when I came out. Okay, ready? Close your eyes a sec. Ready? It like sounds like fucking Stitch out of that motherfucking pussy.
You came out and said, "Give me the precious."
That's exactly what I did. That's what I have. I came out of my mother's vagina. Happy New Year, everybody. I love this podcast. Do you know?
This is fucked. This podcast is fucked.
It is. I'm surprised we haven't made an audience yet. You know what? I actually want to give a few shout outs to people.
Cunt.
Because I've had some people people from work specifically. I've had so many people from work going, I listen to your podcast, and I like it.
As I masturbate.
Somebody actually said to me recently, I listened to your podcast. I listened to it before I fell asleep the other night. Like I fell asleep during it. I'm like, oh, that's pretty. You fell asleep from my podcast, huh? Pretty good. I'll give some shout outs, I'll give a few shout outs. I know that Amanda Woods, one of my managers, wanted me to give a shout out on the podcast. Great lady. She's taught me a lot. I wouldn't be the manager I am without Amanda. That's the only one I'm going to give a shout out to. I'm just going to do that. I'm a pretty good manager. Do you know that? I was actually in. So we did our leadership course, and they said the top performer of the course is Matthew Winter from Mudgee, and I had to say something. And I was like, I just want to thank everybody for this opportunity, and it was really good learning with all you guys.
And Hitler was right.
And Hitler, you know what? He might have been right. And actually, funny story.
He had a few good points.
Like 20 minutes before this, I say, it was great learning with you all, and the teacher's like yelling at one of the girls. Because she was on her fucking phone and just like talking in the background. It was all digital too. It's interesting doing digital learning. I don't think I like digital learning.
Yeah, I'm doing my Cert 4.
I didn't ask, but continue.
I'm going with the story and I can't.
No worries.
And it's all like on Zoom and online. Fuck this shit. Like fuck doing uni as correspondence. I would fucking kill myself. Like I had a Zoom meeting last week with my new instructor, and I was like, "This is fucking shit. Like I fucking hate this.
It's not
fun.
I'm
the only cunt doing my course."
Are you really?
Yeah, and I've gone through 3 instructors since I started.
Fuck me.
Yeah, I'm the only one doing it.
Dog shit.
The first Zoom meeting I'll join in, there'll be like heaps of kids. We'll bounce off each other. I was loaded in, and the instructor's like, "All right, it's just you," and I'm like, "Oh fuck."
That's like you have to pay attention.
I'm the only cunt doing this course in my region, and I'm like, "Fuck."
I had like 23 people in my class, and people wouldn't answer questions either.
Yeah, and
they'd start to pick on people. It's kind of funny. Like I'll just throw my hand up if I knew questions, even if I was fucking wrong. Like that's what they want.
Yeah. It's so shit.
I can just imagine your instructor, and he's like, who's something we haven't talked to in a while? Ben, what do you think is the, I don't know, what's the business question? What do you think about supply and demand?
What's the WHS legislation of like this particular company?
Yeah, and then you turn your mic on, and then you just go, sound, and they're like, Ben, hey, stop disrupting class, mate.
It's crazy when I first loaded into, because I had this full setup from all the shit you gave me, and they're like, "Oh, your work takes care of you," and I'm like, "Actually, my work didn't supply any of this. It's all mine." And they're like, "Oh,
cool,
okay." I'm like, "Yeah, I have a lot of shit."
It's good to I think it's because I was trying to use this setup, and my mic wouldn't connect for my fucking my camera would connect, but my mic wouldn't connect.
Yeah.
To the software that they use. Like, fuck, they can't hear me. So I had to go to my laptop and then plug my Rode caster in.
Into it?
Yeah. It's like I'd had really good audio. No, it wasn't too bad though.
Yeah, because I didn't use this mic, but I had this webcam.
Yeah.
And
it's not even that fancy of a webcam.
I know. And they were like, you're really clear. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I should have used my laptop.
Oh, fucking hell. It's not even that,
and I was like, oh, yeah, I have a webcam. And it probably sounded like I made, like, porn.
It's like when you go to, like, family gatherings.
It's just my personal things.
It's like when you go to family gatherings and they just, like, you know, you tell, like, hey, for me specifically, oh, like, what's Matt doing at the moment? It's like, oh, he's a manager of McDonald's, but he has like a little company on the side. What's he do?
Yeah.
He makes podcasts and no, not OnlyFans. That'd be hard to explain. But like he makes podcasts and he like makes web series. He makes YouTube videos. Yeah, he makes make YouTube videos.
Subscribe to my OnlyFans.
It'll be interesting actually, like because like the creator economy, I'm just gonna call it that. Like that's gonna take off in the next like 5 years. And your like grandparents will be like, I'm gonna give you a very specific example. Oh, did you see the latest video by Mr. Beast? That was really cool.
Yeah, he's is he in shit at the moment?
Not in shit. So if we did the whole Squid Game thing, just a bit of context, it's the 8th of December. This is like fucking a little bit out, but like just to give context, he did the Squid Game thing, and people think that he stole Squid Game, and it's like making YouTube look just like fake parody shit. When the creator, like the creator, because he wrote the whole series by himself, I found out, of Squid Game. He was a fan. He pretty much said in an interview, and I'm not going to use broken English, and I easily could, but he's pretty much like, I like this, do more of this. Does that tell you something?
Mr. Beast has too much money.
They're the cunts giving it to him. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. But that's what I mean. Like, there could be a real life Squid Game where cunts kill each other. But
then again, like he actually gives people money.
He does a lot of charity.
He does like a lot of philanthropy is the word. That's correct.
Like all those trees. He challenged Elon Musk to plant trees.
Somebody actually described...
Bit of a ballsy move because Elon Musk could blow that cunt up.
No. Elon Musk paid... He was the number one person to join that campaign, yeah.
Yeah, but like Elon Musk is like the next... fucking Hitler. Like he could just like he's got that much potential. He could just fuck shit up. Potential to kill. That's what you're trying to say. Like honestly, the cunt is sending cars into space. What's stopping him from sending a nuke to like North Korea? You're not wrong. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I love the guy. He's a fucking amazing dude and doing amazing things, but like it only takes one chick to break his heart and then we have like an absolute he literally just got broken up with. I know. Like we're all on edge right now. Yeah, you know, really, if we're gonna throw red flags out there, him just being on SNL in the first place probably a red flag that he's gonna nuke North Korea. Yeah, but you know what's a bigger red flag? Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian having sex. We've already had this conversation on the podcast. We can't just rehash old things. I know. I feel like I need to bring it up again though because I'm mentally scarred. I actually remember like seeing like stand up of his, and I'm like, I can understand why this girl likes him. He has to have a big dick. Oh, he'd have a monster cock. Actually, somebody actually just described him as the whitest. What do they describe him as? It was something like the whitest black dick you've ever seen. No, it was something, but it was like something like somebody thought he had like African American descent because he looks black. But yet he looks so white. A lot of people think he's biracial. Yeah, exactly. But like, he looks more biracial than Logic, and Logic brings it up all the time. No, he does. It's interesting though. Like, but he's not actually biracial. All it is that his dad died in 9/11. Yeah, he smokes a lot of weed. He does, and he still lives with his mum, but like in the basement. Like he built like a house downstairs, pretty much. I mean, they share a house. It's his house too. It's his house too. It's crazy. He was like in this Netflix special I watched. He talks about his breakup with Ariana Grande. And he's like, the year they broke up, she was named like Woman of the Year by like some magazine. And he got called Butthole Eyes by Barstool Sports. And I was like, oh man, you've got such a shit life. He is very much an inspiration for me. People don't think he is funny. Like, people made fun of me. He's fucking hilarious. He is. And you know what? He's so like refreshing to watch too. Because he's got like he suffers from a lot of things, and that's clear. But like he's so like upbeat.
He is,
and it's refreshing to watch.
There's been many times he's gone into like rehab for his like drug addictions and shit.
But like really, he doesn't do that bad. Like he's never done anything bad.
No,
like,
he hasn't
caused like controversy.
I've seen you see many other people. Like I think like that's Fame as well. Is it raining like heavily at yours right now?
Yeah.
I can hear it. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's pissing down.
It's pissing down.
I'm glad you can hear it.
I'm glad I can hear it. Speaking of New Year's, do anything this year like? Because actually, it was Casper, friend of the show, fucking editor, fucking done a lot for Ennui this year. Actually, Kaz Ghost. He asked like, did you set any New Year's resolutions this year? And I don't think I set any this year. Did you set any? No.
Well, I don't do New Year's resolutions.
I don't think it's a bad thing, but I think like some people just go like, "Oh, I'm going to," and then they choose things that like they don't. That they probably weren't going to achieve in the first place. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like I think they rely on the New Year's resolution too much. Like just the concept of like I'm going to go to the gym this year, and then it's like give up like 2 weeks later.
Yeah, it's like don't go to the gym in January because there's going to be heaps of fucking people.
Exactly, can't.
And then by February, there's like 50% less.
Exactly.
I don't know. If I was going to set one, it'd probably be like, I want to say drink less.
It's not going to happen.
No. You know what I mean? Like that would be the only resolution, but like I don't drink a lot.
No, but you could. Okay, how much do you drink right now?
I don't feel comfortable answering these questions.
You asked me 10 minutes ago, cunt, when was the last time you had sex? And I answered.
True. Okay. So I drink a fair bit.
Oh, that's a fucking
I drink
clip.
more than you've had sex.
That's the best clip that we've ever had on any podcast.
So there was a time last year where I was going through 2 cartons of beer and like a bottle of spirits a week. I've cut back significantly. Like a carton of beer will last me 2 weeks and a bottle of spirits will last me like maybe 2 weeks as well. I've cut back heaps. I still drink a lot though. Like there's barely a night that I don't drink. Like I drink every day.
Fucking hell.
But I don't get drunk. I just have a
probably
drink.
shouldn't drink every day. But what can you? Because
probably not.
One thing I've like read about and heard on the Joe Rogan Experience, it's that like you can't just like go cold turkey. Like if you just started to stop drinking, you would start feeling the urge. You can't just quit fizzy drinks. You just start feeling the urge. You can't just stop like talking to underage children. You're going to start feeling the urge. You've got to replace that habit with something that gives you a similar feeling is probably the easiest way. Like obviously some people go, nope, I'm going to not do hard drugs anymore. And like you feel the shit for a little bit and then it's fine. But like you can make life a lot easier if you like replace that feeling with something else. Okay, like why do you drink alcohol a lot? Let's get deep.
I just do.
Is it habit? Do you think it's just become...
I just drink.
What can you drink instead?
Gin.
Tea?
Nah, not that late in the afternoon.
Bullshit. I drink tea before fucking bed. Sometimes.
Yeah, because you're fucking queer.
No, I'm not. But I have like a little sleepy tea. It makes me
I
feel
don't know.
good.
This is the thing. Like, I don't know. And I've gone to the doctors and I've seen doctors.
And you've said, I'm an alcoholic. You really?
I didn't say I was an alcoholic. My blood test said I was an alcoholic. Because I got really sick and they were like, you have a lot of cholesterol. And they were like, do you drink a lot? And I'm like, yeah, I drink, this much a week. And they went, you're going to fucking die if you keep drinking like that.
Your liver's going to get fucked.
Oh, shit. Okay. And they were like, no, seriously, like you need to like cut back. So I did. Like I said, a carton of beer will last me 2 weeks and a bowl of spirits will last me 2 weeks. To me, that's a huge difference between 2 cartons of beer and a bowl of whiskey a week to one of each lasting 2 weeks. It might not seem like a lot, but to me it is.
Of course. You cut out a lot. Fuckload.
Yeah. So like, I still drink and don't get me wrong, I don't like crave drinking. Like I reckon I could go a night without drinking. And I have done it. Like I don't drink every single day, but like out of 7 days a week, probably up to 5 days a week I drink.
You could probably go down to 2. But you
could probably cut back to 3.
I think you should go down to 4 and then go down to 3 And then from there,
But
you'll
here's
go.
the thing. Then what I'm worried about is when I do drink, I go hard.
You could do that once a week, twice a week. And that's okay. But then you're just becoming
Like
an 18-year-old girl who's just gone out of the pub.
2 nights a week instead of having like 1 or 2 drinks every day of the week.
Okay, and actually, you know what? I'm actually going to go back on what I said as well. I think there's with alcohol as well. I think there is health benefits to some alcohol.
Yeah, I sleep really well.
Do you?
Yeah. Punch 2 whiskeys in there before bed.
See, that's what I think. Somebody said, like, I've heard like stories about like some alcohols. Like if you're drinking fucking vodka cruisers, like probably not, but like maybe whiskey. I think maybe someone correct me.
Sugary alcohol. I do like whiskey and scotch.
Because you don't like when I have pear ciders.
I just don't like cider. I just don't like cider. I can't do it. But I drink a lot of scotch. I drink a lot of whiskey.
Put your mouth close to the fucking mic, cunt. No, it's actually
drink it straight.
It's actually not that bad.
Like I'm mixing tonight because we're recording. I don't want to get drunk. But normally I drink it straight, and I have like 2 a night.
Interesting.
After a beer. So like, you get tired.
Yeah, of course.
You know, we're going to do.
I think it is what it is. Like if that, just make that a thing. Can I drink less? And that's it. I think like some people have said, like Casper, for example. Yeah. His goal was to read 25 books.
To watch less anime.
Are we making fun of Casper?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, he deserves it. Do you think like setting a value amount, setting like, you know, when you're in business, a KPI, a key performance indicator to indicate you've done it, does it have to be something you can indicate? Or can it be a feeling? Or can it be just I want to drink less? Or is that sort of like, oh, okay, I'll just drink like a little bit less in each glass, haha. Do you know what I mean? Like I have like 1 less drink each night. But that's progression regardless.
Yeah, like I said, I could probably cut back. And I would like to try to. Like I've spoken about this a lot of times with my partner. I would like to cut back on my drinking.
Keith.
But it's very, very hard. Yeah, Keith. It's very, very hard for me to commit, which to me indicates I have a problem. And I'm happy to admit that I may have a small problem. I've said that before that I have a problem. It's very hard for me to do that. I can give up other things, but like alcohol is such a relief for me. And that's my choice. I like to drink. It's like how people like to smoke pot to relieve their mind. I like to have a drink.
And that's not a bad thing either. I think it's as Da Vinci once said, everything in moderation.
Yeah. I don't get drunk.
No, you don't.
Like I don't get drunk every night of the week. If I did that, that's probably a pretty bad problem. I just have I have at most 3 drinks a night.
It's not the worst thing in the world.
Which isn't bad compared to, like, you think about it, 48 bottles of beer and 750 mils of whiskey a week. Holy shit, I'm drinking a fucking lot.
Okay, now let's go with something like that. You've obviously saved a lot of money not drinking as much.
Oh, yeah. I think I worked it out. I was spending like over $300 a week on alcohol.
Fuck me.
Yeah. And that's when I was like, oh, this is a fucking problem.
Now, how much do you think you could save more money?
Well, put it this way. I'll probably save... So a carton of beer is $50. And a decent bottle of Scotch whiskey is about $63, $65.
So that's what you're spending over 2 weeks. So about 110, let's say 110 every 2 weeks, so 55 a week. Could you cut that down?
Probably. I could probably cut out the bottle of spirits.
Done.
A week and just drink beer.
Do that. Do that to start off with, and you'll go.
Yeah, but it's so nice.
So is fat girl pussy. We don't see me fucking trying to get there.
Honestly,
you know what I mean?
I could probably cut out beer before I cut out Scotch or whiskey.
Do it then. Because
it only takes like 1 or 2. It takes 2 glasses for me to relax. And when you're drinking it straight, that's that much in a glass.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Well, then you're done.
Yeah.
Interesting. No, you know what, Ben? Let's make that your New Year's resolution. Next year, we will come back and go, how much more did you drink than you wanted to? And you've actually become like a full-on alcoholic by next year.
Fucking heaps, can't.
I actually because Casper brought that up the other day, today, I actually sent him a message on Discord and said, you know what? These are what my New Year's resolutions I want them to be. Let me just get the Discord app open. I didn't realize I didn't know it.
Watch less child porn. Before you do, can we pause?
Mm.
And I'm going to quickly put my pies in the oven.
Well, while you do put your pies in the oven, I'm just going to talk to the fans for a sec then. I'm not going to fucking pause. That takes so much fucking time.
Fucking virgin.
Hurry the fuck up. So Ennui Plus, I'm just going to start promoting it right now. We have a lot of stuff on the Patreon right now. We have so many podcasts. We're putting out a regular podcast every week on the Patreon. Ennui Talk Extra. If you guys, I think it comes out this week. This week's I actually don't know what comes out this week now. I have a feeling that it might be the episode with me and Caspar, and we're talking about what's our plans for next year. What did we regret about this last year? What could we have done better? What was good about this year? A lot of good stuff in that one. And we reveal our plans for this coming year. I'm going to tell you what some of them are. We're bringing back the Ennui Coffee Club, me and Ben. We're going to have a video every 2 weeks. We're going to start recording that by very, very soon. It'll start in January. I'm working on a sort of documentary series. It's just me being me. You want to see some good content? It's going to start coming out. What else we got coming? TikTok. We're going to go off. We're going to make some nice micro content. I will do the Harlem Shake. I don't know if you guys want to see that, but I will do it. My goal is to go viral on TikTok properly. And while Ben's not here, actually, he's still listening. Because he's putting pies in the oven. I put out a TikTok quite recently, probably 4 weeks ago. In the beginning, it wasn't getting many views. And now I think, you know what, let's check the TikTok app right now. Let's go down, TikTok app. I put out a video a few weeks ago. Let's actually look at the date. The 11th month, which is November, and the 6th. So it was the 6th of November, put out a video. Currently has 59,000 likes and 324,000 views. And all it is a little rapper called Mason Dane from Australia. And he's like, yeah, do a duet with me and we'll, do some rhymes and shit. And whoever gets the verse gets a free t-shirt or some shit. So I did it. And my joke was, I rapped in a duet and I just said, my name is Matt and I'm here to say, I'm a big supporter of the KKK. Very funny joke, very original, very good. If I look at the duets to this video that he put out, I'm number one, and Mason Dane has not contacted me about a free shirt. This is what pisses me off about TikTok. This motherfucker should give me a free shirt for making pretty much his sound go viral. Just because there was a little joke doesn't mean anything. Did you hear that whole story, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah. I should get a free t-shirt. Yeah, Ben? Are you right? You feeling the alcohol? So yeah,
again.
I think I should get a free t-shirt. Are you going again? Seriously? But yeah, I think I should get a free t-shirt from Mason Dane. I made his TikTok go viral.
Fuck, that went everywhere.
Did you spill alcohol everywhere?
I put some ice
into the mic, please.
I put some ice in my cup, and I didn't realize what effect it would have. That shit was bussin'.
Please don't yell into the mic. How long have we been recording for right now, by the way?
I have no idea.
It says on the side.
All I know is that this episode made me sound like an alcoholic.
You are. I feel like we've talked to that for half an hour.
Which, I'm not denying.
No, you're not.
I just don't respect that opinion.
No, you're not alcoholic. Well, it's more to talk about. We're going to make this a nice little long one. I was going to put it into the Patreon, but you know what? Fuck that. We're going to make this a nice, long... People have wanted longer episodes. They go, hey, nice podcast. Why is it half an hour long? And other people going, hey, nice podcast. I like that it's half an hour long. I was going to actually...
get my other decanter.
Decanter is the alcohol.
Two.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just to give a...
That doesn't scream alcoholic.
Nothing will. Just to give a bit of a... it's actually my Apple Watch is telling me time to stand up. I'm like, no, cunt, I'm podcasting. Casper and I discussed it on We Talk Extra, our favourite parts of the year, blah, blah, blah. Just in general life. What's something you're proud of from this past year? Anything? It's been a hard year to actually do stuff.
I don't know, not really. I've had a pretty decent year, I guess.
Yeah, I have too.
I'm something proud of.
What? That child that
Started renovating.
You started renovating. How's that going though?
Sort of. Shit. You know how expensive that shit is?
Yep. That's why I'm a nomad.
That's why you rent.
For a little bit. Currently. Until I actually find a place that I want to live, not here. So what if something I'm proud of? I'm proud that I moved away. I'm not living in the basement of my mum's. That sounds really bad. I'm not living back at home again after, some failed life experiences. And I'm living back on my own again with a roommate. Shout out Liam Leshnick. I'm living my life again, Like, I feel like a very independent person. Like, doing my own washing that I put on the line and then it fucking stormed like 2 hours later. Smart move, Matt. I'm starting going to the gym. I told you that, didn't I? I'm doing arms, legs,
You're
everything.
very proud of that.
I tell a lot of people. Some people think I'm bragging. Like I say, hey, did I mention I've gone to the gym? And they're like, yes, Matt, you've mentioned it every fucking 5 minutes. You need to really stop talking. Seriously, we're all sick of you. We wish you stayed in Scone. And I go, good joke, guys. And then for some reason,
we're not fucking joking.
People just make weird looks at me after that. It's not really nice, if you ask me. Actually,
check out this pedophile.
People actually keep calling me pigeon.
You do look like
actually, so here's a worse one. Fungus from Monsters Inc. Do you know who Fungus is from Monsters Inc? Google Fungus from Monsters Inc. right now. For people who don't know, Monsters Inc. Great movie, 2001. They came out, Disney, Pixar. Randall, who is the big purple guy, like the bad guy, has an assistant called Fungus. Do I look like Fungus?
I know who you're talking about.
Do I look like Fungus?
Oh, fuck yeah. It's your lips. You have those blowjob. After he gets that machine stuck to his mouth, you have those lips.
Blowjob lips.
Yeah. I wish I could screen share. I could show everybody.
I know what blowjob lips are. I
can screen share. Get fucked.
What, as your webcam? Oh, no, it'll save as a separate video. But I might as well.
Really?
Yeah. But if you're nice. No, I might put it on the screen. Just Google Fungus. You're listening to a podcast anyway. You're probably mowing the lawn.
Sharing? Can you see it?
What do you think people listening to this podcast do while they listen to the podcast?
Wank.
Matt Tabor's mowed the lawn. Some people drive on the bus home from school or off to a military camp or some shit like that. When I listen to podcasts, I'm usually cleaning the kitchen because it always is a fucking mess because I'm always cooking. I've cooked a lot of good food this year. I've been bulk cooking like crazy, son. Before, I've got like the packet rices, like brown, nice grainy rice. 2 packs
Uncle
of
Ben's.
that. Are they Uncle Ben's, motherfucker? Uncle Ben's rice.
He's a black dude.
He is, yeah. Thanks. Like heap of fuckload of zucchini, sweet potato, mushrooms, my friend, and
beans,
and then
greens, potatoes, tomatoes,
and then
lamb,
and I put some chicken in it with some Mexican spice. Chop it all up, put it in the fridge.
Bit of hot sauce.
Put it in the freezer. I like sweet chili sauce, my friend.
We have sushi bowls.
You do?
It's like crumb chicken, lettuce, bit of that Japanese mayo, chili sauce.
Any other homosexual things that you've done this year?
Capsicums, onions. How about you fucking leak my ring hole?
Can't.
How about that?
Too far.
Bullshit. With blowjobs is like fungus, you totally good.
Piece of shit. As I said, I've been going to the gym. I got bigger shoulders now. My arms are getting better. I can squat now. I did leg day.
Too bad you haven't had sex. It's February.
It's all right. If anybody girls listening,
virgin.
I don't. That's the thing. You know what? Fuck this. I don't want to just fuck any Tom, Dick, or Harry that just comes along.
Dicks. It's a bit gay.
There are many, many women who have wanted to have Ted. I would have sex with you, and you go, "What? No, I'm focusing on entrepreneurship."
Yeah, but like, do you wank often?
Or every like 3 times a day. Not 3 times a day.
It's a lot.
3.5. Like you stop.
How do you do half a wank?
You stop mid wank and then you save it for later.
That can't be healthy.
You stay half chub for a while and then it makes the cum bigger.
Like edging.
Yeah.
Gotta love a bit of edging.
You know, it's
I like edging and having a suicide wank.
Actually, there's a movie I've seen called Ken Park. I think we've talked about this. And like he's watching tennis, and then he's up against the door with a tie around his neck, choking the fuck out of himself while he's jacking off.
To tennis?
Can you? Yeah, I don't know why tennis. And then he kills his grandparents. Pretty cool, right?
What kind of fucking shit do you watch?
It was a movie he was written by Harmony Korine, who wrote the movie Kids in 1997. They like had all these like unknown kid actors. And like they were having sex and doing drugs and all this other shit. Like, it was a really good movie. And he also like
it sounds like child porn.
No, it was like it was a really good movie. About like teen culture and shit back in 1997, I think. But he did a movie. Did you ever see the movie Spring Breakers with like Vanessa Hudgens and
no, I didn't.
James Franco as the rapper? He was like the rapper guy with like fucking dreads and like fucking grills and shit. Really, really good movie. Yeah, it was like
I used to do a lot of child porn.
It was It was very like experimental film. I like experimental films. What are you trying to say?
Creepy.
Do you know what? You're a fucking piece of shit. No, not pedophilic at all.
Lick my asshole.
What? You know what? Did you? Do you know what I watched the other day? South Park's post-COVID special. Did you watch it? So it's them as adults. So it's them in the future, and Kenny is a scientist who's just trying to discover the...
Oh, who dies?
Yeah, he does for real time.
Yeah, I seen a TikTok, and I was like, okay, it's just another South Park episode.
No, it's a special. They're doing specials on, what's it called? Not Paramount Plus, fucking HBO Max. No, one of them. Like they're just doing specials now, like an hour-long films, quote unquote. And they're all adults now, and like Kyle's like really cynical. No, Stan's really cynical. Kyle's like nice with a beard now. And Cartman, can you believe this? They're like, okay, they're at the reunion. Spoiler alert, they're at the reunion. And they're like, dude, he's here. Like, who? Cartman. Yeah. And you'll never believe it. And they cut to him, and he's sitting at the table, and he's like, yeah, so I converted to Judaism, a few years ago. He's a Jew, shit. And he works as like a like with the Jewish, like in one of the like in one of the churches and stuff. And he's like, "You're not fucking Jewish." He's like, "Carl, yes I am. I'm part of the Jewish faith now." And he's like, "No, you're not." It's like, "Do you really think I'd spend 30 years just to do this?" It's like, "Yes, you would, piece of shit." And then he's like, he has like a wife who's like Jewish, and these two kids that are Jewish. And they're like, it's funny. Like during the whole special, they're like, "Come on, say Uncle Kyle." And they're like, fuck Kyle, little baby. And they're like, no, Uncle Kyle, fuck Uncle Kyle. It's really like, it's quite funny. But
so are they still doing the series, or are they like ending?
From what I can see, they're just doing the specials. I don't think it works as it works as a show, but like everything. I
feel like they've lost a lot of their fan base.
It's still more popular than Family Guy if you look on Google Trends. Can you believe that?
Yeah, but Family Guy are like repeating themselves now.
That's exactly right. It's like The Simpsons. They're all repeating themselves. But I think South Park, like, they probably could have done this a few years ago, but this opportunity wasn't available a few years ago to just do specials for this sort of thing. Like, there was actually, the last few seasons have been pretty good, like what they were. There was like a season or two there. I don't know if I've ever like mentioned this. It was the whole time around when Trump got elected, and it was Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. But it was Hillary Clinton against Mr. Garrison because he was like playing that sort of character.
And then Bruce Jenner was his partner.
That's right. And then they're in the thing and they go buckle. She goes buckle up, buckle rivers, and she like just hits like all these like old people. Anyway, they had like wrote the episode and half animated it, going, "Oh, well, there's no way Trump's gonna fucking win. Like Hillary's won. That's the story."
Yeah.
And like they knew, like that's like, yeah, okay, that's the story we're gonna go with for like the 2 episodes. And then Trump wins. And they're like, well, this doesn't make any sense for the show. And it actually fucked the show for like that next season, because it was like, well, now we need to like, we can't just like drop this whole storyline. And eventually it was like they did that, like Trump got elected. The next season they did it. And it was like a main sort of part of it. And the following season, he appears in one episode for about 2 minutes. Because it just like ruined the show for a few years.
They jumped the gun.
Still one of my favorite shows of all time.
Yeah, I like it. I just haven't watched it for ages. I don't watch a lot of TV anymore.
No, neither do I. I'm watching so much YouTube. Like that's what it is. It's like and so much.
I spend a lot of time on YouTube
and TikTok. I need to get off that platform and Pornhub. Like the recommendation system with Pornhub.
I almost deleted TikTok today.
Too much.
Yeah, I'm just like I'm spending too much time on here. I need to get rid of it.
But then what's the difference between that and then watching a show?
Because the show's like actual like. You could sit down and watch a story. Like when I watch TikTok, I'm just watching like in 45 minutes, I could have watched a whole episode of a show that would have explained a massive storyline. In 45 minutes on TikTok, I've just watched the same people do the same trend like 10 times.
Exactly. You know, it's actually somebody actually discussed the video about like why TikTok's so big, and it's like how the fuck can like a trend where like hundreds of people are doing the same sort of trend. And why is it so entertaining, like watching the same thing? I can't remember the fucking what I was going to say more after that, but it was like it's interesting that people like actually like just like literally people just doing the same dance or like who's this person did it better. It's silly. Like I love a lot of the original content on there.
Like I don't actually spend that much time on there, but like when I do watch it, I watch it for a long time.
Yeah. Oh, so do I. Absolutely. I think it's definitely the platform for online creators in terms of comedy. Absolutely. It's taken off. And we've already had the discussion about how lifestyle is going to take off on there, opposed to YouTube now. That's what I was going to say. I don't know if we were discussing the Christmas special.
You can't kill YouTube.
No, you can't. You never will.
Like YouTube will always find a way to come back.
Absolutely. Like you look at the content that's coming out now and like people are getting like, things are going fucking crazy. Like YouTube, like it's like the creator economy is just still growing and growing and growing. Like somebody actually, this is what I was going to say, there's a viral tweet like really recently. And what it was about was, Mr. Beast spent like what, a few $1 million to make a Squid Game video. It took him 7 weeks and he got like 33 million views in the first week. And then Squid Game made this like 8-part series with all this money and it had like 35 million views. Like, does that show you how much effort? It's like, for one, Squid Game, the Mr. Beast Squid Game would not exist without the fucking show.
Yeah.
It's a whole different thing. It's not a story. It's not a narrative. It's closer to reality TV than it is like a Netflix series. Do you know what I mean?
Like I didn't watch it.
I watched it and it was really, really good.
Yeah, Kiara watched it. Or Keith watched it.
Keith, yeah.
I didn't.
So I really enjoyed it. I think it was very engaging, like content. Some people thought it would have been better. Colin Samir, who I listen to a lot about talking about YouTube stuff, they said it probably would have been more effective if they went that sort of reality show route in terms of like you focus on a bunch of them. Like, okay, for example, at the end, like one of the guys wins the challenge or whatever it is. And it's like, oh, that's cool, but why do I need to care about this guy like whatsoever? Do you know what I mean? Like you need to have people to focus on.
I don't want to watch it because I feel like I've seen enough of it on social media.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I feel like the experience is ruined.
You think?
Yeah, like I could watch it and I'll go, but I've seen this on social media. Someone spoiled this. Like there's a new movie coming out that I want to watch, and I'm going to delete all my socials until I've seen it.
What's the movie?
Spider-Man.
Really?
I don't want any fucking spoilers.
Interesting.
A single one. Like I've already gotten rid of Facebook. I got rid of it about a month ago. And it's been the best decision I've ever made.
See, I still need to have Facebook for now for work, but we're changing over to Workplace, which is owned by Facebook, like very soon.
And I have Messenger, but I don't have Facebook.
Yeah.
And I feel like I don't feel as annoyed all the time.
Yeah.
And I feel amazing.
Oh, it's good. Facebook's horrible. Like I use Instagram a lot. I still use Snapchat like quite a bit to get in contact with people. And then Twitter I sort of like, but I don't like. Like Twitter's the one that I don't actually have notifications on for at all.
Yeah. So I probably use Snapchat the most. And Facebook Messenger. But like I don't really use Instagram anymore either. Like, I barely go on it. Yeah. So yeah. To me it's just I don't really have much social media, which is awesome.
One of the best podcasts of the year that we did was me and Slush talked about like Twitch streaming and blah, blah, and like the social effects of that. And we talked about social media for a bit as well. And it was like one of the things he said, and I agreed. I wouldn't have Twitter if I wasn't trying to be a like an influencer, a content creator, like at all.
Yeah, right.
But I also want to use Twitter as like a place where I can put out like jokes and stuff as well, and like share.
Twitter's too sensitive for me.
I think a lot of it's sensitive, like because
there's too many like cancel culture. Like, dude,
it's dumb. I agree 100%. Actually, there was one I tend to like retweet stuff and like make a joke, or maybe tweet something and make a joke. But one of my favorite ones from recent memory was, and I'll just bring it up. It was I sent it to someone. It was a it was a tweet. I was retweeting like a Sesame Street thing, I think it was. It was something like that. It was
this would be fun.
it was Big Bird. And it was Big Bird going, I got the COVID-19 vaccine today. My wing is feeling a little sore, but it will give me sorry, I'll start again. Big Bird said, I got the COVID-19 vaccine today. My wing is feeling a little sore, but it'll give my body an extra protective boost that keeps me and others healthy. So I retweeted that saying, Elmo is anti-vax. Oh, that was pretty funny. That was pretty good. Like that's a good one.
Well, you're not wrong. He would be anti-vax.
I'm not. He's not. Are you anti-vax? I feel like you are.
No, I'm vaccinated. I'm double vaxxed.
Are you? I'm ready for that third one.
I got a letter in the mail today about that.
Really?
It was like, dear household owner.
Is it a third one or is it a booster?
It's a booster.
Do you need the booster? I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Like, if I'm happy to get it.
Yeah.
So, I have no issues with getting vaccinated. Everybody, look, anti-vaxxers are fine. If you don't want to get it, you don't want to get it.
Yeah. No, yeah.
But, like, I don't want to be judged for getting it.
No, exactly. Just do you.
Like, it was my choice to go and get it.
Like, I hate talking about it. Like, actually, in our Ask Ennui special.
That's why I deleted Facebook.
Because that shit. Yeah, I know. Because your grandma's anti-vax.
I'm sick of hearing about COVID. And I'm like, that's it. I'm getting rid of Facebook. And I did not hesitate.
No, fuck no.
I was laying in bed one night. I went, you know what? Fuck this. I deleted my account and I deleted the app. And I'm like, thank God.
There was one of the, actually I used to work with him, Harry. He asked a question for the Ask Ennui podcast about like, oh, what's your view on like the COVID vaccine and stuff? I was like, I don't like talking about it because I hate giving my opinion on something that it's like, it's like shit like that and politics. It's like if I say, oh yeah, fuck yeah, Rudd. Yeah. Like I like Rudd because he's a funny guy. Like I've seen his interviews. He's a good speaker and all that.
Because he said sorry.
But it's like, he didn't say, he only said sorry to the stolen generation because he had to. I'm like, you know what? I'm not getting into that.
I don't care about politics either.
No, either.
Honestly, I've never felt better mentally since I got rid of Facebook.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I used to feel like, it's like at work, they talk about like, oh, do you watch the news? I'm like, no, I don't. I don't watch the news. I refuse to watch the news because it's just depressing shit all the time. So
where do you hear about the things in the world?
I just find out. People start talking about it, like, oh, shit, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Same with me.
Like everyone at work's like, oh, did you hear about the new case? No, I didn't. Because I don't give a fuck.
No, exactly. That's the thing.
Like, honestly, I would get rid of all social media. And I could delete it in a day and it wouldn't faze me.
No, I'm the same.
I fucking hate it.
Like,
I fucking hate it.
I don't know if
no wonder celebrities do it.
Oh, exactly. Fuck yeah. Like, I don't know if
it's depressing.
If I ever told you this, but like my goal for Ennui was like in 20 years, like when social media is like still there, but it's like it could realistically run a whole business, and you can do it on simply an email list and putting out content on YouTube. No social media whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with it.
Neither do I. Like, you can still market in other ways, like like being on other podcasts and advertising and all that sort of shit. Like, marketing existed before social media. Absolutely. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, sometimes I feel like this is talking about a bit of Ennui stuff, but it's not at the same time. It's like I always thought like, oh, I had to have a presence on all these social platforms, and that was a Gary Vee thing. Oh, you had to put out content on all these platforms, blah blah blah. But now the way I think of marketing is like marketing like strategies and more like marketing campaigns. Like, for example, remember how I told you about the idea of like doing a video, putting it on social, but it's not like you have to be on social to do it. It's the piece of content, and it's like, hey guys, Matt here. Not me playing the famous CEO, it's myself. One of our biggest fans actually died recently, and we wanted to like pay tribute to him. His name was Tyrell, and here's a memoriam for Tyrell
with an S at the front.
Yeah, with an S. Yes, Tyrell. Like, you know, it was just like a funny joke. It was like an inside joke that we were going to turn into an actual like joke video about one of our fans dying, and it's just like he's obviously not dead. We're just like the joke is like you know, we're just doing it for clout. And like stuff like that, like the OnlyFans idea, actually doing an OnlyFans and pretending to promote it. Hot tub stream, all that sort of stuff. Like just you don't have to have social media to like live your life at all. I really don't think so.
Yeah, like I've spoken to a few people, and like I've had to tell them like, oh, I don't have Facebook, and they're like, why the fuck don't you have Facebook? Because you don't need it.
You don't.
Like, if I want to find out something, I'm sure I'll hear about it.
Exactly.
From somebody. I don't need Facebook, and I don't want Facebook because it makes me feel like a shit person.
Absolutely.
Like, it actually makes me feel bad when I see and read shit on Facebook.
Oh, I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
Shit. Why would I want to live like this?
I agree. 100%.
But like I still have Messenger. I use most of my socials now as just messaging platforms.
Oh, so do I. Generally, like obviously,
that's all I use it for. Like Snapchat, I only use the group chats. Facebook, I only use group chats. Instagram, it's just group chats.
Like it's like I like Instagram like as a platform, just like some of the content people put out. But now it's not really like a photo platform anymore either.
Yeah, the last update, I'm like, this is just TikTok.
Oh, it is. Reels is huge, but obviously people like it because they liked our strawberry milk clip so much that it's actually gone semi-viral.
I know, but like I hate going through Instagram now.
So I don't really like it either.
I feel like I'm just watching TikTok. Like TikTok has taken over everything.
Half of them are just re-uploaded TikToks. Yeah, I don't really like it either. Like I think like because sometimes like I like sharing my music as like that's what I do the most on Instagram. It's doing that as my story, sharing music. And I've seen other people like not on TikTok itself, but like influencers like sharing their playlists, and that's a very lucrative market. Did you know that? I didn't realize that like people making their own playlists and like musicians wanting to get into playlists is such a huge thing, especially on Spotify. It's absolutely huge. Right. You don't have Spotify. You're an Apple Music fuckwit, don't you?
Yeah, I use Apple Music.
So somebody actually told me that.
It's so like. I get judged.
Yeah, because you're a dumb piece of shit. It's fine though.
All the time. I just use it because I have an Apple device, so I can like all my music's available to me on no matter what I use in my house.
Would you go to Spotify ever?
I used to be Spotify. That's the thing. I used to have Spotify, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to Apple Music, and honestly, best decision I've ever made.
Why?
Because there's no third-party app.
What do you mean?
Like Apple Music, like music is pre-downloaded on this device. I can fucking save a song and it'll save to my laptop. It'll save to my iPad. It'll save to whatever the
you can do that on Spotify.
Yeah, but I fucking hate Spotify.
Well, then that's your answer. You like other music, you don't like Spotify. Don't give me fucking bullshit fucking things you can do on both.
But it's like when people go, why do you like Apple so much? Because I can fucking take a photo on my phone and I can log into my laptop 2 days later and that photo will be downloaded on my laptop.
I can do that too using Dropbox. But that's the thing. You don't like using it. And that's the thing.
It's a third-party app.
That's preference. And that's fine.
Yeah.
But I think the one thing that you're missing out on is Spotify Wrapped. Like that is what
I could not give a shit.
And that's fine.
Honestly.
So like even Noah Page.
I saw yours and I think yours was a fucking meme about Spotify Wrapped.
No, I shared all of mine and then it was I put out a meme afterwards and it was like if Spotify Wrapped came out on the same day that your best friend died, which would you post about first?
Yeah.
And I know which one I'd talk about. It'd be Spotify Wrapped. But I do like I do find it interesting. And I think it's more like this is how I listened. You guys should share too. Like obviously like the base the main ones being like, you most listen to artists, most listen to songs. But even the fact that like like what genres you listen to the most and all that sort of stuff. I find that more interesting than like, oh, I listened to Taylor Swift the most this year, blah blah blah. I don't give a shit about that. Like actually, what did I share? Because I remember there was some interesting ones on Spotify Wrapped. I'm actually might go through my Spotify Wrapped just to give a because I know everybody like really cares. I'm not going to go through like in every detail. But it's interesting because I remember listening to a lot more like rock like bands this year, more so than hip hop. But then I remember listening to like quite a bit of hip hop at the same time. I
could probably tell you. I don't have Spotify Rap, but I have like my Apple Music library, and I've been listening to a lot of like old school rock,
really, like
and pop punk like lately,
like AC/DC and the Beatles.
Yeah, I've been listening to AC/DC, Led Zeppelin. Not really the Beatles, but like the Rolling Stones.
Yeah,
instead.
Interesting.
A lot of Machine Gun Kelly.
That's homosexual.
As well. 30 Seconds to Mars. Yeah. Lots of that sort of
See,
shit.
like do you know what a full
Metallica,
brilliant. Do you know what a full Spotify
Dragons
is? Not rock, but they're still good. They're still half decent. Do you know what the full Spotify Wrapped looks like? Like going through it, you wouldn't know because you don't have it.
No.
So in the first thing, it's like, oh, here's your my 2021 as a movie soundtrack, and it's just like, oh, here's your opening credits theme, moment of reflection, the big game. It's like I think that's very like white girl Instagram sort of shit. Like, yeah, I don't give a shit about that, like whatsoever. If I look at the next one, I listen to 45,000 minutes of music. Like that's interesting to me.
That's a lot.
There's a fucking lot of music. That's more than 90% of other Australians. So that's quite interesting to me. My top...
Because I listen to music to clear my head. It's like I'll go to bed at like 8 o'clock, but I'll listen to music for an hour and a half.
Yeah, of course. See, I listen to music a lot when I'm doing work that I need to concentrate on. Otherwise, I listen to a podcast. Depends what it is. Right. My top song was Echo by Incubus. And the only reason that's interesting is and I've listened to it 126 times in the last year. I listen to that song because I like it, but I also listen to that song every time I have open. So I have a 3 a.m. wake up, 4 a.m. start. I'll listen to that song and some other songs from that album from 2001 by Incubus. I'll listen to that song over and over because it calms me before I go into work. It's like that's my meditation in the morning because I'm not going to sit down and meditate for 5 minutes at 3 o'clock in the morning. I guess we're ready for the day.
You should listen to Through Fire and Flame.
Like as I'm going to work.
That'll calm you down.
It will calm me down. It can be riled up if you ask me.
You'd be ready to punch one with meth heads.
Actually, this is actually kind of like cringe at the same time. It says like, while everyone was trying to figure out what NFTs were, you had one song on repeat. That is cringe. I'm sorry, Spotify. Yeah. But that is very, very, very cringe. And then it says my top songs, and it's like, okay, Incubus, a song by Phoebe Bridgers, Anderson .Paak, Joji, cool. That's cool. You guys don't give a shit about that whatsoever. You just have a playlist as long as your skincare routine. That's kind of cringe. Sorry. My audio aura was wistful and focused. Like that's kind of, I don't really like that whatsoever. Now this is an interesting one. My most listened to genre was lo-fi beats. For one reason and one reason only. Like I do listen to it sometimes. I play that while I'm doing work.
But it's because the Ennui stuff's lo-fi beats, isn't it?
It is as well. Like sometimes I plays in the background while I'm doing shit. Like while I've... Anyway, as well, my alarm in the morning plays it as well. And sometimes when I'm not home, Liam won't turn it off. He won't say, okay, Google, stop. It'll just keep playing for like hours and hours from my room. So that's why lo-fi beats is my number one. So that's dumb to me. Like that's not like a proper representation of what I listen to.
Yeah.
And then it's just like pop punk, alternative hip hop, chill hop, and then dance pop, whatever the fuck dance pop is.
Yeah, I've been listening to heaps of pop punk lately.
Really?
Yeah, which is crazy because like I was always a big hip hop fan. And then like all of a sudden I'm like, nah, this shit's pretty fucking good.
Who have you been listening to?
That's a good question. A bit of everything, really. There's that one guy you got me onto from YouTube, Alex.
Oh, is it like Melton or something? Oh, yeah. And he does like...
Yeah, Alex Melton. I've been listening to heaps of him.
And he does pop punk covers of like mainstream songs. It's pretty cool.
Like pop songs.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is crazy because like it's not original, but like this is like, I'm like, this is fucking sick. This is a fucking good song.
Stream Beats by Harris Heller are the guys who make all the lo-fi beats. So that's why he's my number one streamed artist. But no, my number two was Kanye. And I just want to make sure that everybody knows that. And I don't use Spotify for podcasts this year.
He's a musical genius.
He's a musical genius. This year, like this year, I used Spotify for just music and I had a separate podcast app because you can't put Patreon RSS feeds into Spotify to listen to Patreon podcasts. But I've just decided I'm just going to listen to my main podcast on Spotify and listen to Patreon podcasts on the Patreon app. It's actually not a bad app. Like I said, I thought it'd be a worse audio player, but it's actually not that bad. But you shouldn't give a shit about what I listen to. I think it's just like it's interesting to see the interesting stuff from Spotify Wrapped, like how many listens you listen to. Nobody gives a shit about your top artist. Like I'd share it anyway because some people might be.
But like everybody's top artist is the same.
I've seen so many memes where it's like
Taylor Swift, Kanye West, or like The Weeknd,
and then Olivia Rodrigo, which is a very good album by the way.
Or like some fucking weird like house music DJ.
But a lot like Olivia Rodrigo, Kanye West, and Taylor Swift all put out good albums this year.
And Adele. A lot of Adele.
No, I'm not a fan of Adele whatsoever.
Yeah. I'm not either, but like a lot of people listen to her shit.
They do, and they're wrong. They're very, very wrong. How long have we been recording for? What's the sound on the screen?
An hour and 6 minutes.
Shit, we're on that hour. Is there anything you want to say for the end of the new year?
You're gay.
That's it? It's the New Year's Eve special.
All right. Happy New Year's, everyone.
Happy New Year's. Thanks for listening to the podcast, guys. I'll go to the gym now. Just so everyone knows. Doing arms.
I need to cook up chippies.
Go cook your chippies. Thanks for listening, guys. Bye. I love you.
You're fucking gay.
Stop doing that, cunt. That was good.
That's how I say goodbye.
Notice, cunt.